more solidarity and cooperations between those who work in the prevention of children and adolescents' negative behavior. And to bring public awareness to the threats in the society that children and adolescents face regarding alcohol and substance use. So these are our goals. And they have been like this for 4 years now. How do we operate? We do have 23 representatives from various organizations and institutions now. A couple of years ago, we also decided to have spokespersons, and we didn't want to have one because that would maybe, put somebody in the front. So we decided to have 3, and that was for a more convenient interaction with media, with people that were sending questions to the group or errands and whatever. Because before we did that, people didn't know where do I find somebody to ask about things. So we decided to have this one, and it has been going on fine. And we have been having a change of roles for a couple of, between a couple of members. We also operate that way because we don't have any money unless we apply for it or somebody gives us money. Being a member of the Saman group doesn't mean that you have to pay. So it's very easy for everybody who wants to participate to just okay, we have a member, I have a person that wants to participate as a representative, and he will give you hands. So that is the only basic thing. So there is the cashier and a couple of others. They go every year and apply for money for funds. A lot of the municipalities give us a little bit of money, some from 10,000 to 20,000 Icelandic kronas, and Icelandic kronas are not very valuable in the world today. But some funds give us more money. We lost our biggest sponsor a couple of years ago. They decided to just pack and put their money into other things, Pokasjóður, which is it's a fund when you buy the plastic bag in Iceland in grocery stores. Every penny for it went to this special fund, and you could apply for money in good projects. We make an annual plan. What are the most important things to be highlighted in this year? How are we going to do it? What will be our projects and what will be our ways? And that is just organized by the group in a meeting. The amount of money the group is working for at each and every year is varying from 2 million Icelandic kroner to this about, somebody help me. 2 million Icelandic kroner to 5 million, which is about, half. Yeah. It's not very much of a money, especially because the ways we use is mostly by advertising. How do we get the message out? How do we tell people that they are good parents and what good parenting is and how they should aim their forces in being a good parent? We advertise a lot, or we did advertise a lot. Now it's really, it costs a lot, and we are getting less and less money, so we are trying to use it as the money as well as we can. We use all the connections we have. We do have a little bit of a name for ourselves in the Icelandic community today. So when I ring up and say for this printing material office and say I'm from the Samanhópurin, we are looking for a very good deal on a thing we need to be printing, and they said, oh yeah, well I will give you a very good price. And that is really rewarding. So it helps us use every Icelandic krona very well. We do work everything we can on our own. We usually buy people to make our advertising stuff, so because that's not our specialty, but they are also really reasonable. We have been using the television, we have been using the radio, we have been using like the bus stops, which has a sign so you can put in. But now we are more using web pages. This is our campaign today. We're having the MP11, which is the most read web magazine, daily newspaper, online, and visit as well. So this is what we're doing today. And we recently started Facebook. And Facebook is doing a lot for us, we think. We did, for 2 times we had done a research on how is the message reaching out to parents. How many are parents here inside today? Yeah, a lot. Yeah. We ask people, do you know Samanhópurin, Saman group? Have you seen some of our stuff? How would you like to be presented to things that are preventional matters? And the last one we did in 2009. It's really expensive to do this. Parents said, I want it through internet. Like 60% said we want it through internet. And so we were happy about that because Facebook is our main thing today. We do have 1,100 people following us or likes, and it's growing like 2-3 every week. So we are gaining people that are watching our site. 43% average was seeing our advertising in television. And most of the thing that people knew was this about the outdoor hours. That is something that has been going on for almost a decade now. So that was the most popular thing and the thing that most people have already seen. The 3 slogans we're working on now is like parents, let's unite, support our children to say no to alcohol and drugs. Parents being together makes good connection. Let's collect good memories, or safna góðar minningar. Yes, yeah. But the thing about Facebook is that it helps us a little bit also realize what people are in, what kind of parents are into preventional matters. And we can see, if you go behind the site, or the like site, we can see that the most of our likers, 30%, are women between 35 and 44 years old. Men, we are really lacking men in this cooperation. So please help us spread out. I think it's the same wherever you go in the world. But when we were talking about it, it's maybe not the same in Denmark. No? Men are really more into preventional stuff in Denmark? Well, I think it's the same as when you go to a parents' meeting. It's usually like 70-80% are women, are the mothers. The age group is really, 35 to 44 years old. It's average age for having a teenager. So it's helped us and has put our focus to, so okay, we are reaching out to women in this age gap. We lack the men. And this is really interesting. Under 13 to 17 years old, 1%. And we found out that the ones from 18 to 24 years old, there are like 2% men and 2% women. We were making fun of it the other day, that it must be the ones who are always, the pro-cannabis people. They are always, they are watching every site that is related to, yeah. They are watching all these sites that are preventional stuff. How is the time? Okay. Now I'm going to show you a little bit of our stuff. It's more fun to see what we are doing actually. One of the things that Samanhópurin did, and in the year of 1990, very early, until 1997, 8, 9, we had a very heavy, what you call, situation in teenager drinking and drug and all that in Iceland. And people were asking, how can we change that, or can we change it at all? And one of the things that was, they took out of some shelf and dusted the dust off a little bit, was that we did have a regulation about how long can children stay outside. I was telling my colleagues from Sweden about this once, and they said, what? Do you have a law about how long children can stay outside? And I was really proud of it, because it is a thing that helps parents monitor a little bit, because we know that in the darkest hours, things go bad. So this is what we do in Iceland. There's a wintertime and summertime. We don't have wintertime and summertime in the regular clock, though. This is only for how you can stay outside for a long time. And we have been enhancing people to, take this into consideration. It also says that parents and the ones who are responsible for children, they can tighten the leash. They can say, oh, even though you're 12 years old, I want you inside at 8 o'clock during summertime. And it's my permission as a parent. We had a big discussion, because the first version of this advertising was that children can be outside until, and parents didn't like that. They said, you are giving my child a permission to stay outside until. So we changed it to, they cannot stay outside longer than. And in cooperation with many municipalities, we have printed on this is a magnet, and every municipality can put their logo on, like this is for Reykjavik in the middle. So they just make and they send it to parents for children in 5th grade or 6th grade, or they choose how to do it. This is the Christmas part. The first steps of Samanhópurin is between Christmas and New Year, so it's a thing that we always like. And the year 2007 means a lot to Icelanders. You say, oh, it is like 2007. That means the last year before everything collapsed. And this one to your left, my right, is say samvera og tími með fjölskyldunni, besta jólagjöfin, which actually means that, yeah, you understand it? Yes, of course. The Danish as well? Yep, that's good. So, see if it works.
Samvera og tími með fjölskyldunni besta jólagjöfin. Samanhópurin.
Yeah. So this is like a typical thing we do. We have people, we have, yep. We try to focus the attention of parents to the positive thing. This is the best time, no, this is the best thing you can have for a child during Christmas. It's time and effort. And this idea came up because we had a lot of discussion and advertising about the best present this year is a snowmobile or a trip to the Caribbean, and people were saying, well, this is getting a little bit out of hand, isn't it? So we decided to unwind, and but we have been using it ever since. Yep. Watering the plants. This is the one I'm a little bit most proud of, though. We decided one year to try to reach some more out to parents that didn't speak Icelandic. And so we decided to have a card for New Year, sent to every home in Iceland, and it was in 4 languages. And this is almost the only project. We have one pamphlet printed in a couple of languages as well. And the outdoor hours we have translated into a couple of languages as well. But it has been, sadly, because we don't have so much money, it has been, it's been on the shelf for way too much. So let's be good role models for our children, and let's be happy with our children this during New Year. Let's take care of our kids and don't allow unsupervised parties. We feel that it's because Iceland is becoming more multicultural. We find that things that parents in Iceland find really, you don't even discuss some things. Some parents find really difficult to relate to, like the outdoor hours, like that they should be responsible until 18 years old, and it's a very pending thing to be working on with parents, I think. Well, being together makes a good relationship. This is my friend Guðrún Arna. She decided that it's from 2003. Let's eat, be, watch, travel together. It's things that we should do together. It's also a good example of how the Samanhópurin works. She was in my shoes then. She was the representative for Reykjavík community. This is her friend, and this is her niece, little niece and nephew. Do I see niece and nephew? Yeah, frænka. So they just collected somebody to be able to do these things and make this advertising campaign. And other typical thing we do in Samanhópurin, we use the material for years and years and years and years. And she was single at that time, and she said, there's always this picture of me up on the wall when I'm having these happy hours with my family. It's like, I'm not getting a husband with this, process. So, it's not maybe the reason why we started using it as a main material, but it's the way of working. We just put ourselves in the front line. 18 years of responsibility. This is the first version. The little child with the blue eye is the same child in your, and it should be taken care of when it's old and has it, thing on the teeth and all that. Loosen the leash, but don't let go of it, was one of the slogans we produced for this 18 years of responsibility. And we also had this pamphlet made. It was one of the ideas with an agency, and it was loosen the leash, but don't let go of it. And it's it got away. It shouldn't have got away. It's like a string that should be attached to the family. And it's supposed to hang in there like this. Yeah, it's okay to be a teenager going a little bit away from the family, but not all the way. The summer is a time. We do have one of the most popular singers is 10 minutes? 5. Okay. I thought I got 2 more because of the, Okay, The Summer is a Time is a song by Bubbi Morthens. He is singing about his fiancée and the romantic things. To teenagers and their parents, the summer is a time used to resemble that things will get a little bit out of hand. So this is examples of our campaigns during the summer. It's best to be at home when you're expecting company, and it's really stitched and all that. The red one, what breaking the law is which law is okay to break? Because some people have been saying, I don't mind the age that I can buy alcohol for my kid. I decide for myself. I got an alcohol when I was 15 or 16, and look at me, I'm fine, I'm okay. So drive over the red light, steal from a store, or buy alcohol, which law are okay to break. Börnin í focus, the child in the focus, and this is the blue one is what we are practicing now. saman í sumar, together in the summer or together in the sun. So, and finally, this is a campaign we made in 2004, and it was aimed at both teenagers and their parents, and the aim was to have them putting it into each other's steps. How is it to be a parent and trying to do what's best for you, and how is it to be a teenager? Well, the teenagers' view they don't come very well, but they decided to make the manuscript as like the common myth that teenagers use when they come home and say to their parents, well, I'm going to this summer camp with my friends, but their parents are coming as well, and isn't it okay? And they wanted the parent to say okay, without ringing the other parents and asking, oh, is Jón coming with you to this summer camp or whatever? And then they went to the other house and said, oh, I'm going with Guðrún to this. Yeah, it's okay. I will give you a little bit of example. This is the summer camp thing. It's not working. Up, okay. It's Icelandic though.
Halló? Já, sæll, Vigfús hérna.
Já, blessaður.
Heyrðu, foreldrar mínu voru að segja mig það að ætlu með þér og foreldrum þínum í sumarbústaðum helgina. Passa það?
Já, þá eru þau kannski hættið að fara með ykkur í útilegu.
Það er eitthvað henni sem passar ekki alveg, sko.
Nei, það er alveg á hreinu.
Heyrðu, vertu blessaður. Jæja.
Unglingar, foreldrar, setið ykkur í spor hvors annars. Leifum ekki eftirlitslausar sumarbústaðaferðir. Sýnum ábyrgð. Saman.
And here's another about
Held það sé ekki alltaf lægi með þau.
Jú, ég vona það.
Hann sagði.
Við hefðum ekki átt að leyfa þetta.
we shouldn't have let them go.
Hefði ég það? Það er komið.
Unglingar, foreldrar, setið ykkur í spor hvors annars. Leifum ekki eftirlitslausar útilegur. Söfnum góðum minningum.
Yeah. And the last one. Actually, this is the one I like the most, not because of it's a party, but because because it's the way we work. We have like very sophisticated people working in the field of prevention. They are suddenly actors in a film that is about a party, and they are having alcohol and they're having it, filmed. So people do a lot of things. No. This one went away.
Partí ekki búið?
Jú.
Þau eru að fara.
Ákveðu líka ekki að þetta er bara að vera til klukkan 1.
Sorry.
Svo áttu bara nokkru vinir að koma í partí. Það er fullt hús af fólki. Sendið vinir ykkar heim. Það partí er búið.
Ok, allir heim. Það er búið.
Unglingar, foreldrar, setið ykkur í spor hvors annars. Leifum ekki eftirlitslaus partí. Sýnum ábyrgð.
Samanhópurin. So, right now we're working on a survey for parents of 16 and 7 years old that we are doing as a base for our next campaign. We are keeping on running, even though we have less money, but we are trying to get new ideas on how to work. So it's really nice to, have all you here and all of you here and learning things. And what it's worth, participating in it. For parents, it is. They say it's really important to get the message about what is good and what is not good. It supports in the difficult role of a parenting, getting information about what is most likely to work, and getting a pat on the back every now and then. Not always saying, oh, things are going down the drain and everybody is not working fine. For participants, working together instead of competing about the money for all these partners, and breaking professional boundaries. It's about working together. And we do have a very, interactive connection net. We also got this special prize, viðurkenning, in the year 2008. And it's like the samfélags, it's like the community prize for this Fréttablaðið, which is a magazine. No, it's a newspaper in Iceland. Questions for 1 minute or 0 minutes? Otherwise, you can contact us. But thanks for having me, and takk fyrir og gang ykkur vel.
Men nu kommer egentlig til som det hele dreier seg om. Vi kommer til å bombardere vi alle mulige til som vi skulle gjøre her